Hey everybody, this is Christopher Small from CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well, and I'm here again live with you to talk about when a power of attorney ends. Before I get to that though, if anything we talk about today makes you want to sort of do something more, if it raises new questions, if you decide that now is finally the time to get some estate planning done and you want to talk, please go to estatemeeting.com. You can set up a time to talk with me for free over the phone or in person, and I would love to do that. estatemeeting.com. Now, let's talk about power of attorney. I had someone come into the office today whose a family member had passed away, and they came in with the power of attorney. They wanted to know if it still worked, and I thought that this would be a great opportunity to talk about the times when a power of attorney no longer works, because it's something that is important to understand. Often it can lead to doing things that are not proper, I guess, because you're acting without authority. So let's talk about it. Before we even get to that, let's talk about what a power of attorney is. So a power of attorney is a super important document. It is often overlooked in the grand scheme of estate planning because people don't think about the sort of one of the main jobs of estate planning, which is to take care of you if you are alive but incapacitated. So think you're in a car accident, you're in a coma, you have Alzheimer's, you have dementia, these kinds of things where you are unable to make choices on your own. There are documents, one of them is power of attorney, that allows you to name the person or the people that will be in charge of sort of stepping into your shoes, taking care of you, making decisions on your behalf if you are alive but cannot make them anymore. And the power of attorney is just one such document. What it does is it basically names someone that is able to step in and take care of your financial and sort of day-to-day needs. There's a separate document called a medical power of attorney that covers medical decisions and things related specifically to your health. Pretty much everything else is going to be covered by your power of attorney. So it's important to have, it's important to name the right people, and it's also important to know when they don't work anymore. And you might be surprised because there are a couple of situations where they might not work that you wouldn't necessarily think of. And let's just jump right into the first one, because it is the one that people don't probably know about, but that I have begun to sort of take care of and plan for, because I want everything to work for my clients. And this is what I call the 3-year rule. And to begin with, it's not actually a rule. It's nowhere is this come into effect in reality. But because banks are risk averse, they like to say no, they like to find reasons to turn you away. Some banks and some financial institutions will make it more difficult, make it tougher for you to utilize your power of attorney if it is older than 3 years old. There are a couple different reasons for this. A, they want to make sure, and they are concerned often that a power of attorney that old may have a new one in place. They want to make sure that it was executed properly. They just have concerns. And when they have concerns, they say no. And what we don't want the banks to do is to say no. So what I do with my clients is every 3 years, I just have them come in, we sign a brand new power of attorney, exactly like the old one, assuming that their people are still the same, and then we go on our way. And it's all good. That way they always have updated powers of attorney to use for the bank, and they don't ever have to worry about sort of the banks calling those into question. So that's one way. The second way that you can your power of attorney can end is if you execute a new one. So when you execute a new power of attorney, often or pretty much always, it will say this revokes all prior powers of attorney. And so if you do that, then obviously your old power of attorney is not going to work anymore. The people that you have named in that document in the past will not be able to operate on your behalf, and they will not be able to sort of put out there to the world that they can operate on your behalf either. So that is the second way. The third way is if you revoke it yourself without making a new one. If you tear it up, if you say to your, typically in writing, I'm revoking this power of attorney, then that power of attorney will no longer work anymore. So that's one of the great things about pretty much all estate planning documents, is that once you create them, you have the opportunity to revoke them at any time as long as you have the capacity to do so. The fourth way, I think we're on number 4. This is probably the final way that a power of attorney is revoked or a power of attorney ends, is when you die. Okay, so a power of attorney only covers you when you're alive. So when you are no longer alive, the power of attorney no longer has any power or any effect over you or your estate or anything like that. That is when the will kind of comes into play. All right, so if you have a power of attorney and it's older than 3 years old, please consider executing a new one. If you have an estate planning attorney that you use regularly, call them up, ask them if they'll do it for you. I do mine for my clients for free because it's super easy and I'm not trying to take all your money. Some other people might do the same. Just ask them, okay? If you want to talk to me about it, you can go to estatemeeting.com. I would love to do that, but it's not a requirement. You can get that done with your old estate planning attorney. If you don't have an estate plan and you now have seen the light on the importance of the power of attorney, please, and you want to talk to me about it, please go to estatemeeting.com. Set up a time to talk in person or over the phone, and I'd love to be able to do that with you as well. Learn about you and your family and your goals and see if we can help. All right, so that is it. Quick recap. When do powers of attorney end? If you're talking about financial institutions, every 3 years or so is when they start to get a little antsy about accepting them. If you make a new one and revoke your old one. If you just revoke it without making a new one, and when you die. All right, that is it. I'm Christopher Small, owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. If you would like to talk some more, go to estatemeeting.com. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you have questions or comments, please leave them. If you know someone that needs to hear this, please share it with them. And thank you, as always, for coming and watching. I'll probably be here again tomorrow. Bye.